Hello children, how are you all? Myself Lata Patel, working as an English teacher in Vasishtha Vidyalaya. Again today I am back with my new video for 5th standard from English literature. In my previous video we had discussed chapter 2, The Surprising Buns part 1. Now again we will discuss the remaining part of the story in this part 2 video. Okay, let's rewind that story, The Surprising Buns. Okay, before starting the remaining part of the story, remember children, I had given one activity from the first page of the chapter. That activity was to identify the simple ingredients used to bake a cake. You can see in the picture some ingredients given. Yes, so easy. Milk, butter, honey, spices, nuts, sugar. So easy ingredients were there. So children, you have identified these ingredients and note down in a notebook. Hope you all have done this activity. Okay, now let's discuss the first part of the story which I discussed in my first video. Remember the story? There was one old lady, Mother Bustle, who used to bake currantly buns for her brother, policeman Plod-Along. Her brother was a policeman and whose name was Plod-Along. So every Saturday she used to bake this currantly buns for her brother, who used to come at her home for a tea and to eat the buns. In her neighborhood, one small boy named Grumple Goblin used to live, who also liked to eat that buns. But he stole that buns. Every Saturday when Mother Bustle used to bake that buns, she used to keep that buns on the window sills to cool down. And that small boy Grumple Goblin used to steal that buns. So at first, Mother Bustle didn't notice that her buns are missing. But one Saturday, Grumple Goblin took 4 of the buns from that window sill. Then Mother Bustle come to notice that some buns are missing. So to find out who is stealing her buns, she spread magic glue on some buns and kept on the window sill to cool down. So on that day, when Grumple Goblin stole that buns, the stickiness of that magic glue stick on his hands. Now, when whatever things he used to pick, all things were get stick on his 2 hands. The stickiness was not going from his hands. So to remove that stickiness, he was going to her sister. And on the way, he met that policeman Plod-Along, Mother Bustle's brother. And in just a way, you greet your someone elder person, Grumple Goblin shake hands with policeman Plod-Along. And what happened? Both the hands got sticked. Remember, I told the hands got stick like this. Now, they were not able to remove that hands. Then, now what happened? How they will remove the hands? How the stickiness will go? That we will see in this remaining part of the story, and we will read the story, and I will tell you how that their hands got separated. Okay, now we will continue the story. Well, it hurts. I'm stuck to you and you are stuck to me. This policeman Plod-Along said, both were stuck to each other. They were stuck to each other. Well, you have to come along to Mother Bustle to see if she can unstickle, said Plod-Along. So, what did policeman Plod-Along said? That you have to come to my sister's house, Mother Bustle. If she can unstickle, she can separate us. And then he and Grumple Goblin walked hand in hand to Mother Bustle's house. Children, hand in hand, what is the meaning of hand in hand? Hand in hand you can say when we walk with each other, holding each other's hand, that is called hand in hand. So they both walked to Mother Bustle's house hand in hand. Grumple didn't want to go at all, but he had to. Grumple didn't want to go to Mother Bustle's house, but he had to go. Mother Bustle was surprised to see the two coming hand in hand, plod along, explained to her sister. So when Mother Bustle saw both of them coming hand in hand, she was surprised. Plod along explained what happened on the way. You see, there is some sticky magic on his hand, he said. Can you do anything about it? So what did Plod along said? That you can see some stickiness, magic glue is there on Grumple Goblin's hand. Can you do something? She asked to her sister, Mother Bustle. Mother Bustle's sharp eyes went to Grumple's red face. Oh, she cried. I think I know where that sticky magic came from. For shame, Grumple, did you take my buns? So what did Mother Bustle say? Mother Bustle was knowing that this stickiness came from her buns. So she was surprised that Grumple Goblin stole that buns. She asked to Grumple, did you take my buns? Grumple Goblin asked, buns? What buns? Said Grumple, pretending he knew nothing. So Grumple Goblin pretended that he was knowing nothing. Buns? What buns? Pretend. What is the meaning of pretend, children? Pretend is like, you can say, to behave in order that you believe that I have not done this thing, just behaving like that. I have not done that. That is called pretending. So Grumple Goblin pretended like, I don't know which buns. Oh well, if you didn't take them, it can't be my sticky magic, said Mother Bustle. I shan't be able to take it away then. Then what did Mother Bustle said? Okay, if you didn't take that buns, that means that sticky magic is not of mine. I cannot do anything then. Grumple looked in desperation at Mother Bustle's green face. So what is the meaning of, children, desperation here? Desperation means there is no hope. That means the thing you have nothing to do, now no hope, you have to do whatever someone has told to you. That is called desperation. And what is the meaning of green? You can say very serious face, like this. Mother Bustle's face was full of seriousness and anger. Okay, now we'll continue the chapter. Grumple looked in desperation at Mother Bustle's green face. He couldn't be fastened like this to plod along all his life. No, he really couldn't. So Grumple's face was that no hope, nothing can be done. He has to agree. And he looked at the face of the green face of Mother Bustle, who was very angry and very serious. And he couldn't be fastened. Fasten. What is the meaning of, children? Fasten. Fasten means something joined together. Two things joined together, that you can say fasten. Closed. Joined together. Two parts, that is called fastened. Well, I did take your burns, he said, but I will pay for them. So now Grumple had to agree that I took your burns. But he said, I will pay for them. That means I will give money for that burns. Mother Bustle poured some magic water over his hands away and went the stickiness at once. You can see in the picture, children, Mother Bustle pouring some magic water on Grumple's hands. When she poured that magic water, the stickiness from Grumple Goblin's hands went away. Then she said, well, Grumple, remember this. If ever I think you are taking this that don't belong to you again, you will find that your hands are sticky as you did today. So just be careful. So what did Mother Bustle said? That Grumple, again in future, if you are doing like this things, that magic stickiness will come in your hands again. So just be careful. Mother Bustle still puts her currenty burns on the window sill, but to cool every Saturday. But now Grumple Goblin didn't steal that burns. She became a good, well-mannered boy, and she never took her burns now. So this is the story, children. Now, what is the moral of the story, children? You heard all the story. So moral of the story is is that we should not steal and tell a lie to anyone. We should not steal anyone's things that doesn't belong to you. And you should not tell a lie to anyone. You should be honest and truthful. Honest, you understand? Just be. We should accept our mistakes. Whatever mistakes if you have done, you should accept your mistakes. That I have done this mistake. Then understanding the importance of honesty in life. You should understand that honesty is the best policy. You should accept honesty in your life. Okay, children. Now remember that I had given some hard words and meanings in my first video. Hope you have all noted down in your notebook. If you not noted, then again I am showing this some hard words and meanings. And children, if you are not able to cope up with the video, you can take the screenshots of this video and then after that you can write it in your notebook. So these are the hard words, some hard words I have given, and this meanings from the chapter I have given. This you have to note down in your notebook. Okay, children. Now there are some question answers of this chapter also. That also we will do. Okay. So very first question is, what did Mother Bursell do every Saturday and for whom? What did Mother Bursell did every Saturday? Yes, you heard the story now. Show you the hearing. Mother Bursell baked fresh currant buns for her brother every Saturday. She baked her buns? Okay. Now, question number 2. How did Grumple Goblin get to know when Mother Bursell baked cakes? How did Grumple Goblin come to know that Mother Bursell was baking cakes? Okay, answer is, from the sweet smell of the buns, Grumple Goblin would know that the buns were being baked by the Mother Bursell. So whenever Mother Bursell used to bake the cake, the sweet smell came to Grumple Goblin's house also. So from that sweet smell of buns, Grumple Goblin came to know that buns are being baked. Okay. Now question number 3. What did Grumple Goblin do one Saturday? Answer is, when Mother Bursell had kept the buns to cool on the windowsill, he crept along to the windowsill and stole few buns. So one Saturday, you know that every Saturday he used to take 1 or 2 buns, but one Saturday he took many buns, few buns. So that is the answer. Mother Bursell had kept the buns to cool on the windowsill. He crept along to the windowsill and stole few buns. Crept along meaning remember children, I had told in my previous video how the Pink Panther was moving slowly and that is called crept along. Okay, now children, question number 4. What did Mother Bursell have to catch the thief? What plan did Mother Bursell have to catch the thief? That means what plan Mother Bursell had made. Okay, answer is, she decided to put sticky magic glue on a few buns and kept them to cool on the windowsill to catch the thief. So decided to put some sticky magic glue on few buns so that whenever any thief who will take that buns, that stickiness of that magic glue will come in that thief's hand. That was the answer. Okay. Now last question. Was her plan successful? Who was the thief? That means, was her plan to catch the thief was successful? And who was the thief? Yes, her plan was successful. Grumple Goblin was the thief. Yes, in the end you came to know children that Grumple Goblin was the thief. So these are the question and answers of this chapter. You can take the screenshots of this question answers video of that, and then after that you can write it in your notebook. Okay. Okay children, let's start with the textual exercise, and first is understanding the text, and question number A is write true or false. It's easy, just you have to write true or false. Just write the sentence and then write it true or false in your notebook. Right, first, Mother Bursell baked buns for her brother every Saturday. So you have heard the story, whole story. Mother Bursell baked buns for her brother, right, on every Saturday. So it's true. Like that, you have to find out every answer for the every sentences, whether true or false, and write in your notebook. And then next exercise is fill in the blanks using correct words from the box. So some words are given on the box, and from that only you have to fill in the blanks. For example, first sentence is Mother Bustle put heaps of dash and sprinkle loads of sugar on the currently burns. So children, what did Mother Bustle put on the burns? Yes, answer. Mother Bustle put heaps of raisins and sprinkle loads of sugar on the currently burns. So like that, you have to complete all the fill in the blanks, rest of the fill in the blanks using the words given above the question. Okay. So exercise is playing with words. Identify the incorrect words in the sentences. Rewrite the correct words in the blanks. So in this question, there are some incorrect words in the sentences. You have to identify that words and then write in the blank. But now you are not having a test book. You can copy the sentences and then write the answers of that in your notebook. So very first example we will do. We'll see. The very first question is, the little boy was standing by the sea watching the ship set sail. You can see in the sentence, children, spelling mistakes. Yes, the little boy. The boy spelling is wrong. By the sea, that sea is not there. By the sea, where the ship sails, that sea is there. Watching the ship set sail. Here, that sail, not that clothes sail is there. Ship is sailing. That sail is there. So answer like this. Boy spelling is wrong. B-O-Y. Sea, that is S-E-A, and sail, that is S-A-I. So like this, in all the questions you have to find the mistakes and write that like that, write the answer, whichever the correct words you have to write that answer in your notebook. Okay, now we will see the next question in the textual exercise, the next page. Okay, the next question is, circle the correct short forms in each of these rows. You can see some short forms of the words are given. They are written by apostrophe, comma, short forms. You can see the first question, we are. So there are short form, so many short forms again. Which one is the correct one? That you have to circle. We see the question first. Okay, this is the question. Circle the correct forms in each of these rows, and first is we are, second one. Which one is correct? Yes, the second one is the correct answer. Like that, you have to find it out in every question, the short forms of the words, and you can write it down in your notebook with the question. You can take the screenshots of the questions which I have given previous slide, and then you can write the answers. Okay, now the next question. Learning the language. Look at these groups of words in the room in a loud voice. All the kids, her friends back home. All those words which do not make a complete sense. That means they are not giving a complete meaning. They are called phrases. A phrase is a group of two or more words within a sentence. It adds meaning to the sentence, but by itself it is not a complete idea of a sentence. Therefore, it can never stand alone as a sentence. That means a phrase is that group of words which alone did not give a complete meaning, but when it adds to the sentence, it gives a meaning, it gives a complete sense to the sentence. Okay, now the question is, underline the phrases in the sentences given below. So, you can see some questions, you have to find that out, some phrases in that sentence and underline it. You can copy down the sentence and then underline the phrase. Okay, one example we will do. You can see the first example. Opening the gate, I let the cat out. So here the phrase is opening the gate. If you will alone see the phrase opening the gate, it doesn't make a meaning, but when we add to the sentence, rest of the sentence, it gives a meaning. Opening the gate, I let the cat out. That means I let the cat को कैसे बाहर जाने दिया? By opening the gate. That gives the complete meaning to the sentence. So opening the gate is the phrase here. Like that, you have to find out the same phrases in other sentences, and you can copy that questions and then underline the phrases in your notebook. Okay, now let's see the next question. Okay, now this is the last question of this chapter, textual exercise. Complete the sentences with phrases of your own. So, by your own, you can add any phrase. Like first example, she is wearing a nice given. You can add anything by your own. Like for example, just one example I am giving. She is wearing a nice, lovely red frock. So you can add like that. She is wearing a nice, beautiful necklace. Yes, you can add any phrase. Okay, but not a single word. It should be 2-3 words. That makes a phrase. So children, this is the last question of this chapter. Hope you will complete this whole textual exercise as I have told. You can complete the... Okay children, one more thing I want to tell you. This link must be sent from school. This link is from where you can get assignments and our teachers video. When you will open this link, this type of picture will come, and that will come like pre-primary, primary. Then you have to select primary. When you will select primary, class 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12th row, and you're a student of 5th standard, so you will choose from that all subjects, English, all subjects link is given, and when you will click English, it will show, this page will be opened where you can see first one small icon, assignment e-work. In this assignment, worksheets are loaded. When you will click this assignment, worksheet will be shown, and you can see one small icon, e-books. On that, the books, English grammar book, literature book, course book, that pages have been loaded. From that, you can get the pages of the book, you can get the pictures of that book. And down you can see some links are given, YouTube, and that are the video, that written topic, chapter, day by day, and that all topic. So from here also you can get the videos of the teachers. So from here also you can get assignment, e-books and videos of your teacher. So for that you can use that link. Okay children, you can take the help of that link sent from your school. From that you can get the videos, e-books, book pages and assignments, worksheet also. Okay, till then, complete the assignments, complete the word meanings, words, question answers and the textual exercise I have given. You will take the screenshot and complete the work. Okay, till then, take care, bye and stay safe at your home. Okay, bye children.